Hey friends, how are you? It's time for our 2021 bullet journal setup. Have you started your new bullet journal setup yet? If you haven't, what are you waiting for? Grab your notebooks and supplies and let's start with me. For this year, I'm using my old notebook which I have used for November and December, but I have left some pages for my 2021 bullet journal setup. Let's get into it. For the cover page, I'm using my Fineliners to draw all the detailed work which I have sketched before, and I'm doing black and white for my yearly spread which I have done also in my 2020 bullet journal setup. I'm making a black and white theme for my yearly spreads because I think it's quite minimal and I really don't want to be bored seeing some different colors and same pattern for a year. I'm using Crayola super tips to fill in the gaps in the numbers, but I really don't like the grayish greenish shade of this Crayola super tip black color. So I'm using my Tombow Fudenosuke heart tip brush pen for coloring this up. It's rich black color which I really wanted for this whole theme, and this turned out really well. For the next page, I'm making my grid spacing cheat sheet, and here I'm dividing my spread by half and quarter, and I'm making this spread quite minimal because I don't use this grid spacing cheat sheet that much, but sometimes it really helps me out. Besides the grid spacing cheat sheet, I'm making a quote page saying, "Let's write a new story," and I'm adding keys underneath this quote. I'm adding my keys which I have used for last 4 years, which is task, half completed, full completed, not done, cancelled, events and birthdays. I really wanted to make this quite minimal, so I am adding some clear stamps and washi tape to decorate this. Moving on to the next spread, this is my future log which I have sketched out before. For this spread, I really wanted to make it minimal, and I'm using only Fineliners and Tombow Fudenosuke heart tip brush pen for this whole spread, and I really love how these spreads turn out. For the headers, I'm using my Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip brush pen. These headers are quite simple to make and it's quite boring to add all the dates. I'm using 2 spreads for my future log rather than 4 pages because I don't use future log that much. I only add my events and birthdays here, so I really wanted to make it quite minimal and simple. For the next page, I'm making my affirmations and goals. For the affirmation spread, I'm using a simple minimal art which I have found on Pinterest. And I've made a simple mistake here on the spelling of affirmation. Anyways, that doesn't bother me that much. Moving on to the next spread is my goals and how to achieve the goal. This is quite similar as the affirmation and I think it looks very well together. I didn't decorate this spread that much because I really wanted to make it minimal and I use this spread quite often. And I really don't want to be bored, as I said before. Moving on to the next spread, I'm using the same technique as my future log, so I'm skipping this spread making because it's quite boring to watch and I think it's really simple and I really love how it's turned out. Moving on to the next spread, I'm making a spread which I have done in 2020 also. It's a spread about my habits which I want to adopt in 2021. I'm using my Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen for the headers and Sakura Pigma Micron for the detailed work. Moving on to the next spread, I'm making my YouTube and Instagram planner. For YouTube, I'm adding boxes for the ideas, uploaded videos and decorating with some simple leafy ink design. I really love how this spread turned out and I'm adding a tracker in the bottom. For my Instagram planning page, I'm making spaces for ideas and rough where I will sketch out all the things and leaving spaces for trackers, and I'm adding stamps to decorate the whole spread. I use expense tracker in yearly base, and I'm making the spread quite minimal and decorating with some washi tapes and stamps. I've messed up my period tracker with stamps and inks, but luckily I left some spreads for the other spreads, so I'm using those for my period tracker. For the messed up spread, I'm using a black colored paper by pasting it on the messed up spread, and I'm using a cutting knife and ruler to cut them out in shape of the page, and it's quite well looking, so I have decided to make it as my 2021 memory page. I'll post the updates of the spreads in my Instagram account later, so if you haven't followed me yet, please follow me on Instagram so that you can check them out. Finally, it's flip through time. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like and share this video with your friends. See you next time. Bye. If you're searching for inspirations for your January theme, you can check these videos.